The holiday season can be a tough time for many parents struggling to get their kids gifts, especially when one is incarcerated. But thanks to a program by Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr., hundreds of children in the Atlanta area now have presents under the tree.
Excited children come to pick up all the toys from their wish list. Despite the fact daddy, or sometimes even mommy, isn't around this year because they're incarcerated.
We work with the sheriff's office to get the dads to identify, do they have children that need, who they want to provide gifts for. And so we get that list from the sheriff. Those dads write letters to the children, and then we are able to attach those to the gifts that we give out.
Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. says the parent situation should never stop kids from having presents to open on Christmas morning. His program, Dads, Daughters, and Dolls, started almost 10 years ago when one of Arrington's clients asked him to buy presents for his children while in jail during the holidays.
The great thing is the sheriff, each inmate gets to write a note to the child, to their children. And so not only do they get the gift, but they get a note from dad or mom to go along with that gift to say, hey, I love you. I know I'm not there, but I'm thinking about you. And that, I think, makes all the difference in the world.
Now it's grown to serve hundreds of families, dads and moms, girls and boys all over his district, which includes parts of Atlanta.
I think everyone knows that children are children and the children shouldn't be punished.
To make sure everyone can enjoy the holiday season, no matter the circumstances.
And we have Commissioner Arrington here with us this morning. He's starting his day with us, and we're so excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning, Lorna.
I just love this story, and when one of our producers, Olivia, told me about this, I said, this is so great. So can you explain to our viewers how this program works?
Yes, so we contact our Sheriff Patrick Labatt, and he reaches out to the inmates, and they identify the children that they have that they want to receive gifts. We've had a few challenges over the last couple of years, obviously with COVID, but we adapted. We did a drive-through giveaway. In the past, what we have done is a gift wrapping party, and we invite the children out to the gift wrapping party so that they can pick their toys up at that point. But it has been, we have received so much help and support from the community and so many words of encouragement. Watching your story there brought a tear to my eye, because we're just we're blessed to be in a position to be able to help others. And so it's a blessing to be a blessing.
It really is a blessing, and what you're doing is just amazing. So the program is called Dads, Daughters, Dolls, and Sons, right? So why was it important to make sure that boys are included in this?
Well, particularly, we see more males incarcerated and having the absence of their father. And so we wanted to make sure that they know that their fathers love them. And just because they can or may not be around for Christmas, they still love them. They still care for them. And I think that's important, particularly for young boys, again, who may not have a father around in the household or male role model to look up to. It's important for them to know that they do, to feel their parents' love.
And Commissioner, I know that you are the father of 4 daughters, which, wow, you're a girl dad. That's amazing. How does it feel to be able to help these fathers connect with their children?
It's really an amazing spirit. It is really a gift from God. I had people come up to me at the grocery store and say, hey, thank you. You got gifts for my children last Christmas. I wasn't there, but I'm very glad that you were able to provide some toys for them. And so, again, to whom much is given, much is expected. And so because I'm in the position, or fortunate enough to be in the position to be a commissioner, I have access to resources and access to the sheriff. And so we could not do this without our sheriff. And we're just, again, happy to be able to help make someone else's Christmas bright.
And just to give us some perspective, how many gifts did you give out so far?
So we gave out over 500, I believe, gifts this year, maybe 250. We did two different drives, one for the south side of town and one for the east side. And so we gave out about 250 gifts at each site.
Wow, that is amazing. And honestly, I can only imagine how excited these kids are. Like, I can only imagine their faces. But what does this mean for the parents who are incarcerated to still be able to give their kids gifts and to make them feel special?
You're absolutely right. I think it, makes the inmates feel a lot better, the parents, because, hey, they're in jail. They know that they might not be able to do something, but here's a program that allows them to still be able to make a difference and still contribute to their life. And not only that, it helps those parents, single parents, who may have a loved one in there and mom is struggling, working maybe two jobs, trying to figure out how she's going to provide Christmas for the children while dad is away. And here you go, dad's daughters and dolls plus sons is here to save the day and provide some gifts and take some of that pressure off of the parent that may not be incarcerated.
And just lastly, Commissioner, just quickly, I just really love how it was that added touch that the parents wrote those notes to their children to just personalize the gift and to share their love. Just again, how does it feel to be able to see the excitement in these kids' faces? I can only imagine how that makes you feel in your spirit.
It is overwhelming. I get overcome with joy, happiness. Just to be able to help someone else there, but for the grace of God, go I and my children. And I could be tomorrow in a position where I may need help and I may need someone to provide for my children. And so it's just a great opportunity to be able to serve others, to give back to the community, to make sure that everyone has a bright, happy, and Merry Christmas and holiday season.
And you are definitely doing that. I have to say, when I heard about this story, it made me tear up because it's so great that you are using your resources to help others. So Commissioner Arrington, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to share this story and keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Thanks for having me, and we will keep doing the work. And hopefully next year we'll be able to go back to our gift wrapping party, and maybe we can get you to come out and wrap some gifts with us.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to. Thank you, Commissioner. Naja, I just love this story. When I found out that we were doing this, I think that it's amazing to just shine a light on the good that's happening, because we always talk about everything. We have to keep everyone up to date on everything that's happening with COVID and in the world, but to be able to share a story like this and to just show what's happening in our communities, especially around this time of year that can be tough for many people.
Sure.
I love this.
You're exactly right. And I think that we've learned through our reporting and the stories that we've covered and just what people are experiencing, that Black and brown families are disproportionately locked up, and the entire family structure suffers. And so we often don't think about that these families who are dealing with a mother or a father that's incarcerated, what the holidays are like for them. So truly amazing to see an organization at the forefront of that and making sure that every child has something to open, right? I mean, the thought of a child on Christmas not having a gift to open, and we know that's not what the holiday is about, right? But still, at the end of the day, we want every child to have something special to open on the holiday.
Of course, and just the fact that the commissioner decided to take his resources and do something about it, I feel like we can all learn from that, because sometimes you feel moved to do something, but you're like, oh no, like, is anybody going to get on it? It's really just you taking that first step, and look how many hundreds and hundreds of children that he has impacted by just taking that first step. And I think we can all learn from that.
Yeah, certainly. Truly an incredible, life-changing effort, and appreciate him and you for that report.